Microwave ovens are so normal now that most people never stop to think about how strange they really are. You put cold food into a metal box, press a button, and a minute later the middle of your meal is steaming hot. There is no visible flame, no glowing heating coil, and no obvious source of heat. But inside that box is one of the most interesting pieces of everyday science in your home. And the wild part is that this kitchen machine didn't begin as a kitchen machine at all. Its story starts with radar, war, and an accidental discovery that changed how millions of people heat food. So how does a microwave oven actually work? At the center of the machine is a part called a magnetron. This is the component that generates microwave radiation. A magnetron uses electric and magnetic fields together to control electrons and produce electromagnetic waves at microwave frequencies. In a home microwave oven, that frequency is usually around 2450 MHz, or 2.45 GHz. Those microwaves are then directed into the cooking chamber, where they bounce around inside the metal interior. Microwaves are a form of electromagnetic energy. They are not magic, and they are not the same as heat itself. They are waves carrying energy. When those waves enter food, they interact especially well with water molecules, but also with fats, sugars, and other parts of food. That interaction causes molecules to move and reorient rapidly, and that molecular motion becomes heat. That is why microwave ovens can warm food so quickly. They are not heating the air inside the oven first like a conventional oven does. They are sending energy directly into the food. That direct energy transfer is the main reason microwaves feel fast. In a regular oven, you first heat the heating element, then the air, then the pan, and then finally the food. In a microwave oven, much more of the energy goes straight into the food itself. That makes reheating leftovers, warming drinks, or cooking small portions much faster and often more efficient for those kinds of jobs. A NIST report comparing cooking appliances found much higher cooking efficiency values for microwave ovens than for conventional electric and gas ovens under its test procedure. But if microwaves are so efficient, why does food often heat unevenly? Why is one side of the plate burning hot while the other side is barely warm? The answer is that microwaves bounce off the metal walls inside the oven. As those waves reflect around a cavity, some areas receive more energy than others. That creates hot spots and cold spots. The turntable helps by rotating the food through those stronger and weaker zones so the overall heating becomes more even over time. Research on microwave turntables also shows that rotation improves heating uniformity. This is also why microwave ovens do not really cook food from the inside out, even though people say that all the time. In reality, microwaves penetrate only partway into food. In thicker foods, the outer layers absorb much of the energy first, and then heat continues moving inward by normal conduction. So the microwave is fast, but it still follows the same basic rule as the rest of cooking: heat has to travel. Another common question is safety. Many people hear the word radiation and immediately feel nervous. But microwave ovens use non-ionizing radiation, not ionizing radiation like X-rays. That matters because non-ionizing radiation does not make food radioactive. The microwaves are only being produced while the oven is running, and they are absorbed by the food or contained inside the oven. When the power stops, the microwaves stop. Food does not come out radioactive. The reason microwaves stay inside the oven is because the oven is built to contain them. The metal cavity reflects the microwaves, keeping them trapped inside while the food absorbs part of the energy. The door is also designed with shielding and safety systems. According to the FDA, microwave ovens must meet strict safety standards, including leakage limits and multiple interlock systems that stop microwave production when the door is opened, The FDA says ovens that meet the standard and are used as intended are safe for normal use. Then there is the question of metal. Why is metal a problem in the microwave? The simple answer is that microwaves are reflected by metal. That means metal containers or foil can interfere with the movement of the waves inside the oven. In some situations that can create sparks or fire risk, which is why manufacturers and safety guidance warn against putting many metal objects in a microwave. That is also why the inside walls of the oven are metal, because the appliance is designed to control and contain that reflection safely. Now let's get to the history, because this is where the microwave becomes even more interesting. The technology behind microwave ovens has roots in radar. During World War II, engineers worked on devices that could generate powerful microwave energy for radar systems. One of the most important components in that work was the cavity magnetron. That same kind of technology later became the heart of the microwave oven. In other words, one of the most common kitchen appliances in modern life came out of advanced wartime electronics. The person most closely tied to the microwave oven's invention is Percy Spencer, an engineer at Raytheon. The famous story is that he was working near a magnetron when he noticed that a chocolate bar in his pocket had melted. Curious, he tested popcorn kernels next, and they popped. That led him to experiment further and eventually helped inspire the idea of using microwave energy for cooking. Raytheon filed the key cooking patent on October 8, 1945, and Spencer later received the patent in 1950. The first commercial microwave oven was called the Raider Range. It reached the market in 1947, but it looked nothing like the compact countertop models people know today. Early units were huge, expensive, and aimed more at restaurants and commercial settings than family kitchens. According to the Lemelson program at MIT, one early Raider range weighed about 750 pounds, stood around 6 feet tall, and cost about $3,000. So the microwave did not become a household standard overnight. It took time for the technology to shrink, become cheaper, and fit into everyday life. And that is an important part of the microwave story. Many inventions do not truly change life at the moment they are invented. They change life when they become affordable, practical, and easy to use. That is exactly what happened here. Over the following decades, microwave ovens became smaller, safer, more convenient, and far more accessible. Eventually they moved from being an industrial curiosity to something found in ordinary kitchens, offices, dorm rooms, and break rooms almost everywhere. What made the microwave so successful was not that it replaced every other way of cooking. It didn't. A microwave oven does some jobs brilliantly and other jobs poorly. It is great for reheating, melting, steaming, and quickly warming food. It is not naturally great at browning or crisping, because a lot of what makes food crispy comes from dry, high surface heat. That is why microwave pizza often turns soft instead of crunchy, and why later machines added grill, convection, or combination features. There are also a lot of myths around microwave food. One myth says microwaving destroys all nutrients. But cooking method, time, and water exposure all matter. In many cases, microwaving can actually preserve nutrients reasonably well because the cooking time is short and less water may be used. Another myth says microwave ovens are always leaking dangerous energy. The FDA says there is little cause for concern with a properly functioning microwave, and leakage is tightly regulated. The real everyday risks are usually more ordinary things like overheated liquids, steam burns, or using the wrong containers. If you really think about it, the microwave oven changed daily life in a very practical way. It made leftovers easier. It sped up meal prep. It helped busy households, office workers, students, and anyone who wanted hot food without waiting for a full oven to preheat. It also shaped the design of modern convenience foods, frozen meals, and quick home cooking. It may not feel dramatic because it is so normal now, but it quietly changed the rhythm of everyday life. And maybe that is the most interesting thing about the microwave oven. It is a machine with a science lab heart and a household job. Inside it is serious engineering, electromagnetic waves, a magnetron, controlled energy, and carefully designed safety systems. But outside, it is just a box that helps you heat dinner in 2 minutes. That gap between complex science and ordinary use is exactly what makes everyday inventions so fascinating. So the next time you hear that familiar microwave hum, remember what is really happening. You are using a piece of technology that came out of radar research, was pushed forward by one engineer's curiosity, and ended up becoming one of the most practical appliances ever made. Not bad for a machine most people only notice when they are hungry. Back quote. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. Then tap the bell icon to turn on all notifications so you never miss any of our future videos.